If you told an Avs fan they were going to outshoot their opponent 51-23 on any given night, they would take that every single time. And 95% of the time, they would find that the Avs won that game. This was that other 5%. Avs lose to the Arizona Coyotes 4-2 in Game 3 to put the series at 2-1 Avs. I am struggling to review these games against Arizona because it's not really very much going on. The Avs are dominating play, and every single highlight is just a Darcy Kuemper save. If you didn't watch the game, you can just stare at this picture of Darcy Kuemper, and it would have been the exact same thing, basically. It's just not sustainable hockey for Arizona, but every once in a while, things like this, they work. The Avs certainly got off to a slow start, and yeah, that is certainly something that they need to clean up, but it makes the rest of the game even more ridiculous. The Avs got outshot 9-3 in the first 5 minutes of the game. That's bad, yes, but that also means for the other 55 minutes of the game, the Avs outshot the Arizona Coyotes 48-14. That's ridiculous. You can call me a homer if you want, but Arizona just has not played good hockey in this series. The only reason they have a win, and the only reason these games have been close, is Darcy Kuemper. That's the short and the long of it. Their power play has been awful, and you know what? Maybe I should credit the Avs PK in making their power play look so bad. But Arizona's 0-for on special teams on that side of it, and that's great for the Avs. Anytime Arizona's threatening, they should really just take a penalty at this point. Unfortunately, in this one, Arizona just made the Avs pay for a couple of defensive breakdowns. Kadri collecting a puck in his own zone on the breakout here just gets a little bit too cute with it, tries to play with it a little bit too much, and ends up losing control and turning it over in his own zone. Can't really have that. Obviously a chaotic situation for the Avs, as much of them were not even in the defensive zone. Creates opportunities the other way, as Arizona's able to dig one out. Some hard work by them strictly there. And then things just fall apart. Donskoy not able to put up much of a defense in the front of the net, as EJ was caught way behind this play, and ends up getting shot in by Stepan on what was a nice shot. Let's 100% face that reality. The Avs made plenty of mistakes in this game, and they paid for some of them. The thing is, Arizona made a ton of mistakes in this game as well. They just didn't have to pay for them. From that goal on, the game was dominated by the Avs, and it just was. I don't know what else to say. The Avs dominated but didn't score. That's not entirely true. They did score a goal in the second period to even this game up eventually. On the power play, Burakovsky working the puck on the far side. The Avs do remain on the perimeter as they love to do, eventually getting the puck back to Burakovsky, who's going to walk in as far as he can, which is a pretty decent margin. He does get to about the top of the circles before he fires this shot, and this is what it takes to beat Darcy Kuemper when he's playing like this. It's going to bounce off of Alex Goligoski, hit the ice, and bounce back up, and then go into the net. That's what it takes to beat Darcy Kuemper. I really have nothing bad to say about the Avs in this loss. Sure, you'd like to see them get to the high-danger areas a little bit more, but 51 shots on goal. They had 39 scoring chances. McKinnon had 7 shots, a lot of them high danger. Kadri had 4. Rantanen had a bunch of chances that he just missed the net on. Even Cale Makar had 7 shots. This team was pouring it on. They outplayed Arizona in every single way except for in goal. Weird camera angle shot because I totally forgot the Avs even hit 2 posts in this game. If those go in, they probably win too. After the Burakovsky goal, it did feel like the Avs might be able to take over this game and get the win at the end of it, but unfortunately, they make another defensive mistake. Arizona gets the second goal late in the second period in a bit of a crushing fashion. Avs just kind of get rid of the puck here in the neutral zone, and Kadri's going to go for a long change. He does coast a little bit, admittedly. Not a great game defensively for Kadri, but I don't put as much stock into this bad change being the problem as a lot of people do. The Avs defense are back here. Yeah, it might be a little bit of a 3-on-2, but there's a big lack of communication between the Avs here. Landeskog goes full bore covering back and ends up covering the same guy that Zadorov is net front for Colorado. That leaves no one covering the back door, basically, as both Landeskog and Zadorov are deep. There has to be some kind of communication here, whether it's Zadorov telling Landeskog to check behind him and slow up, or it's Burakovsky stepping up and taking one of the skaters in front of him, or even Burakovsky sliding across and taking the 4th man in. Something needs to be figured out here. The coverage was just not set Yes, maybe a little bit because of the late change, but realistically, they need to be talking to each other on defense and sorting these situations out, because you cannot leave a guy this wide open to walk all the way into the faceoff dot and pull a trigger. NHL players are pretty good at hockey. They're going to score on that play sometimes, and that is exactly what happens here for Richardson. And that was essentially the last offensive play of the game for Arizona. Their other 2 goals were empty netters, and they spent the whole third period literally just dumping the puck out of their own zone and sitting back while the Avs controlled everything. If there was any doubt in my mind, the only thing this loss did was cement the idea that the Avs are definitively the better team in this series. The Avs would tack on another goal late after one of the empty netters went in, where Mikko Rantanen would bounce a puck off of 3 skates and go into the net, because again, that's what it took to beat Kemper in this game. But ultimately, the Avs dropped this one 4-2. This just isn't sustainable. This is only the 11th time in NHL playoff history that a goaltender had to make 49 saves in a game that ended in regulation. The Avs are the better team in this series. I think everyone who watched it knows that. Now it's just time for the Avs to go out and take care of business in games 4 and 5. That is the end of this game video review, if you want to call it that. Thank you for watching. You can find all of my videos at thednvr.com, and consider subscribing to this YouTube channel. It helps us out a bunch. I am Rudo, and I am going to have nightmares about Darcy Kemper's face.